What's good, everybody? It's Cinesage. We back in this show, and today we're gonna be watching your life as every Viltrumite rank. And I haven't watched any of Wallace's content yet, but shit, I'm willing to tap in. I like Invincible. I like this type of, what if type content. So let's just hop straight into this jump.
Your life is every Viltrumite rank. Level 1, Soldier. Today is your 18th birthday, and you know what that means. Yep, that's right. Both of your parents are trying to kill you with their bare hands.
Like, just imagine that. This is your coming of age story. This is everyone's coming of age story. It don't matter if you female, male, it don't matter. You just getting jumped by your parents.
You see, normally there'd be some kind of cake or celebration here, but unfortunately for you, you're a Viltrumite, one of the strongest physical
You don't get cake, you get hands.
specimens in the galaxy. So that means, for your rite of passage, you need to survive both of your parents attacking you at once in order to prove yourself worthy of being a Viltrumite soldier. You barely managed to survive, so congratulations. Welcome to the Viltrumite army, kid. At this point in time, the Viltrumite Empire controls most of the known galaxy. That's not a coincidence, it's a policy. Your culture runs on a single operating principle. The strong deserve to live, and the weak deserve to die. You and your people don't see this as cruel. You see it as nature's way. You and your fellow 18-year-old soldiers see it as your duty to kill anyone you deem as being too weak, even if they're only slightly weaker than you. You believe in survival of the fittest to the utmost extreme. There's no room for sparing lives out of love or empathy.
Love? Empathy? No! We got violence! And that's all we need.
That's weak sauce. Some might say that you and your fellow Viltrumite soldiers...
Swear to God, this is like the fucking... I don't even know, bro. I would say O-Block of space, but even O-Block ain't this bad.
have a bit of a superiority complex. Now that you're a soldier, your job is to advance the Empire's reach. That means approaching other civilizations with a simple offer. Submit to the Empire completely, or be destroyed. Because you're so technologically advanced, the Viltrumite Empire actually has the technology to end famine, extend lifespans, and cure diseases. But you're only willing to share it.
That's actually insane to think about. We could have world peace. We could have everybody eating food. We could have, free electricity, no bills. Just everybody living in harmony, all in outer space, everywhere across the universe. And we could be the leaders of that. Nah. We want hands. We want violence. We want death. And that's all we after. Like, that's actually so insane.
To species that are totally compliant and bow down to you. If a planet refuses, well, they weren't worthy of it anyway. As soldiers, you are tasked with advancing the mission of the Viltrumite Empire.
Damn. Wait. Who the fuck is it? Why? I don't even know, bro. Because for some reason, the hairline's not sharp enough to tell me that's Thrag. This is obviously what looks like Anissa. This looks just like Conquest. Who the hell is this dude, bro? Who invited, bro?
In other words, you are attempting to spread your
we're bro. Who are we?
terrifying and brutal culture across the galaxy through any means necessary. Even if that means eliminating entire species and planets to do so. You don't
Damn. Is this? I don't even know who we are anymore.
lose sleep over this. Neither does anyone else in your unit. But the one
I think this is us, bro. The one with the little slits in the
line
hair.
you won't cross is killing a fellow Viltrumite.
Yeah, that's us. That's us.
Sacred. I mean, you're not savages.
So who is bro?
The only way a Viltrumite can be killed is if they break the law. But killing anyone else in the galaxy? That's fair game. The Empire is growing, and you're only just getting started. Level 2. Viltrumite.
To be honest, if I seen this animation in Invincible, I wouldn't even question it.
The Empire is growing.
You see bro flying and bro walking down there, bro standing still. This is an actual Invincible frame. Tell me I'm lying.
And you're only just getting started. Level 2.
Find that shit, season 2, episode 3. I'm telling you. Go to 11 minutes, 23 seconds.
Viltrumite
I don't even know where I just sent y'all.
General. Congratulations, soldier. After all those years of hard work, you've been promoted. You're no longer a grunt. You're a general. Under Grand Regent Thrag. And the Empire is
That's Thrag.
in full expansion mode. Here's the context. After Emperor Argol's assassination way back in the day, the surviving Viltrumites needed a leader, and they found one in Thrag, a Viltrumite who was literally bred to be the strongest of them all. His father was one of Argol's closest advisors, and Thrag's entire existence was engineered for this role. He was appointed Grand Regent with one official mandate: expand the Empire and find Argol's true heir so they could take the throne from him. He's basically just supposed to be keeping the throne warm until they find Argol's true successor. But strictly between you and me, Thrag has no real intention of giving up power. But that's above your pay grade. For now,
that's the crazy thing too. Bro always walk around with Emperor Argol head like these, bro. Like, hold on. I dead got something for it. He be walking around with bro head like these, bro. And at the same time, he like, man, I'm so glad you dead, because now I'm the king. Now I get to do whatever the fuck. Because, bro, even though I understand, bro, psychology and shit like that and what got him to where he is, this dude is a fucking menace, bro. He deadass just wants to be the ruler no matter how bad he knows that he can't be the ruler. Bro knows that under his rule ain't shit gonna work out, but he's still trying his best. I don't even know whether to applaud him or say what the fuck is you thinking, bro.
you've
I
got
don't know.
one thing to worry about.
Thrag might be tripping, but his hairline's sharp as fuck. I can't lie. I envy that.
You've been promoted from soldier to general, and it's time for you to commit some intergalactic genocide. It's time for your
Yay!
first assignment, Europa, a peaceful, scientifically advanced world that has
Free my boy Allen, bro.
somehow achieved harmony between nature and technology. As general under Thrag, you serve the Empire without question. Wanting to help your people achieve control of the entire universe, you train your soldiers to be just as ruthless and violent as you are. You take no prisoners, and are unwilling to accept anything but total, unconditional surrender from the inhabitants of any given planet. You arrive at the planet, and you personally deliver the native Unopans your offer. Submit to the Empire, and hand over your resources.
Chat. I think Allen Granny might be here, bro. Are we really gonna unload on Grams like this, bro?
Or face the consequences. The Unopans say no. You aren't surprised.
Oh yeah, Grams is cooked.
And honestly, you aren't even annoyed. What follows is less a battle and more a demonstration.
Okay then.
Surprisingly, the Unopans were actually prepared. They had developed.
They like, oh, okay then? Hold on. I like this version of the Unopans. I mean, they probably did this in the original. I honestly can't remember Alan backstory way too much. I gotta brush up on that. But bro, they seen bro get slimed. They like immediately up pole. Not even a question asked. Not a Ricky. No, just straight up.
Weapons specifically engineered to get through Viltrumite durability. But
still ain't doing shit though.
Unfortunately for them, they aren't quite good enough.
Yeah.
Tough luck, guys. It was worth a shot anyway.
Yeah.
The technology gets shredded. Their resistance is crushed. And when it's done, Europa isn't a conquered planet. It's a completely destroyed one. Some survivors manage to flee into deep space. But who cares? You'll find them soon enough. You get home, file your report, and wait your next assignment. Another world, another offer they'll probably refuse. Level 3. Planetary Infiltrator. Alright, here's the situation. Remember how things were going great a second ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, now the Empire is in a lot of trouble. See, recently Viltrum was struck by a deadly disease known as the Scourge virus.
Yeah, COVID-19's here.
It's a bioweapon that was specifically designed to attack Viltrumite DNA. The vast majority of the population was killed by this virus, leaving only 50 or so Viltrumites left alive, and the future of the Empire uncertain. To help get the Empire back on track, the Grand Regent and Council have decided to implement the Planetary Infiltration Program. This means that the strongest Viltrumites are selected and sent into distant planets to breed with the local population, growing the Empire in a far different way than you're used to.
Like, that's crazy, bro. Our #1 mission went from taking over the planet, you know, solidifying ourselves as the greatest to, well, there's only like 50 of us now, so we just gotta go crack anyone we can find in space. It doesn't matter what it looks like, how it feels, you need to crack it, get the job done, and see if the kid is born. If the kid's not born, kill the planet, move on to another planet to fuck them. Sorry, I did not mean to use that word, but acting like I don't cuss or something, but you feel me? They could have been Thraxing the whole time. Yeah, Nolan was Thraxing the Thraxans. I mean, come on, bro. I mean, just imagine that though, bro. Like you go to do it, and then it just don't work. Like you done cracked so many shorties. You done been like Krieg was, and now none of them kids is happening. You just did that shit for no reason, and now you got to clean up the mess, gang. In both ways, you got to clean up the mess, and you got to clean up the mess on some Dragon Ball shit. You got to blow that planet up now.
Because of how incredibly dominant
Fuck.
Viltrumite genes are, even if a
Being a Viltrumite suck ass.
child is only half Viltrumite, they're basically 99% full-blooded. This means that the next step in your Viltrum Empire career consists of you being assigned your very own planet to infiltrate and take over from the inside. The Viltrumite Council gives you your next assignment, a gorgeous planet with beautiful vistas and oceans, light years away from Viltrum. For now, the planet is going to be your temporary home. The world is unremarkable by galactic standards, but the inhabitants are genetically compatible with Viltrumites.
Oh yeah, our son finna look like TM, bro. Yeah.
Which is all that matters. You'll pose as a hero, earn their trust, find a mate, have children, and when the time comes, hand this planet to the Empire on a silver platter. This is going to be much different from your usual.
So, it's not necessarily like if they ain't compatible, you gotta blow shit up. But you still gotta ruin their planet. You still gotta enslave them and everything, bro. That's wild.
Conquests. Instead of almost immediately slaughtering a bunch of natives, you now have to pretend to be friendly. You soar through the skies of your new home, defeating their big scary bad guys, immediately cementing yourself as a local superhero. You drop through the atmosphere and immediately hate how weak everyone is. Their strongest champions couldn't even threaten a Viltrumite teenager, let alone you. But you smile, you shake hands, you sign autographs, you let them build statues of you. You also wear a cape now. It's fine. You've infiltrated this planet in order to gain the trust
I don't know. I still ain't wearing a cape.
of the local populace. Step 1, check. You aren't planning to destabilize the planet. Not yet, at least. Next, you've been ordered to find a mate. Someone to breed with and raise a few kids with so you can train them to hone their Viltrumite instincts.
Right.
Your children will be warriors serving the Empire, just like you. Sure.
Hold on. Fuck Project LeBron. Project Thrag. Hear me out. We making Thrag 2.0. We gotta have an even crispier hairline. That's gonna be damn near impossible, bro. I can't lie. We might break the fabric of time and space trying to do that shit.
They're only half Viltrumite, but they're still vastly superior to a majority of the local inhabitants. You continue your work as a so-called superhero, and eventually meet a young woman who falls madly in love with you, and your incredibly handsome moustache. You try to keep your emotions out of it while charming her.
How do you pick which... This sounds so bad, but how do you pick which eye to look at, bro? I'm being dead ass. Is it disrespectful to just pick the one in the middle? Like, is that disrespectful to Shorty? Or do you gotta, like, shift focus between each eye? Like a triangle? Or do you just... I don't know. Am I working clockwise, counterclockwise? There's a lot of ways I can look at your face now. I don't even know how to conversate with you no more because I'm trying to figure out how body language is supposed to be expressed with you. Damn!
This is supposed to be a transactional relationship. Your only goal here is to breed and have children that you can turn into...
Breed and have children? I can't even conversate with you.
Weapons of the Viltrumite Empire. You get married, have a couple kids...
Dang.
And have a mostly normal life.
I just realized they hoed, bro. Everybody else got something going on. He just straight up butt booty in here. Unless he has the Viltrumite clothes on. He looked pretty butt booty right now. Because that looked like a shadow cast. Yeah, my son a freak, I guess.
For now, at least. Let's see if the grand plan actually pans out. Level 4. Viltrumite Counselor. You are one of 3. That's how many counselors...
We have a little bit of aura now. Except if Thrag don't trust us... We're cooked.
...was the Scourge virus left standing. The Viltrumite Council once the primary legislative body of the most powerful empire in the galaxy is now a room with 3 people in it. You
Damn.
are one of the oldest and strongest Viltrumites alive.
Yeah!
You're still here at all.
Yeah!
Is the only qualification that's ever mattered. As a Viltrumite
Right.
counselor, you are one of the most powerful people in the galaxy, and not just physically. As a council member, you have significant political sway over imperial decisions, such as military strategy and expansion policy. You were on the council before the Scourge virus, and managed to survive the plague to continue your work as the pandemic wore down. Your job, technically, is to advise Thrag, but in practice, it's really just to be a yes man to all of his decisions.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, bro. We act like this shit a promotion. Now you just his lapdog.
And maintain the appearance of a functioning government. Besides Thrag, you have the highest level of authority and oversight in the Viltrumite army. You were involved in directing the Empire's conquests and assigning planets for the Viltrumites to take over, without having to do any of the dirty work yourself. Fun. As a council member, you decide which planets
So it's a little bit of a promotion.
get infiltrators, which get destroyed outright, and which are flagged as genetically useful for repopulation. One
Right.
planet that's currently on the shortlist is Earth. It's similar enough to Viltrum. The population is compatible enough to breed with, and the planet
Pause. Breedable.
is strategically positioned. You and the other 2
I mean, bro is kind of breedable. I ain't gonna lie. I can't really clown my dog like that.
counselors have been watching it closely. You have a soft spot for planets with a lot of water and mountains.
Bro, why do I keep being creepy and looking out at this fucking sunset? I've seen this shit. This is at least my second time seeing it, bro. I don't want to see this no more. I look scary.
So you like to send Viltrumites there to begin their breeding programs. Can't blame you. There's a lot of natural beauty out there in the galaxy. The breeding program
Gang. The only natural beauty that a Viltrumite cares about is seeing a man's spinal cord leave his fucking torso. I'm being so dead ass with you, bro. There is no natural beauty that we are being sent to Earth for. We're being sent to Earth to crack. That's it. Sent to Earth to crack.
is central to your
And make slaves. Just straight up bad shit. That's all.
entire role in the Viltrumite Council. Thrag is growing increasingly desperate in his quest to rebuild, causing tension.
We might actually be the worst, like, fucking anything in the universe, bro. We are not only the most deadly, but we are the scariest, and we are the most, like, step on your neck ass niggas out here in the fucking shit, bro. Like, there is nobody else in this entire multitude that's worse than us.
Between him
That's crazy, bro. Out of billions of different species and billions of different people, ain't nothing as bad as the Viltrumites was.
and the rest of the council, he's much stronger than you and could
Much stronger than me. That's an understatement.
probably tear you in half if he wanted.
And could probably tear me in half. Another understatement. Bro, he is not only so much stronger than us, but he could take my shit out without me even knowing, bro. Not even a thought, bro. Nolan looked at this boy Mark. I'm telling you, he got his arm like all twisted up and shit. He out there looking at space, bro. And Mark like, Dad, how do we beat him? That's the funny thing, Mark. We don't. You do not beat Thrag, bro. I'm sorry, bro, but it just doesn't happen. He is airbending as a Viltrumite, bro. Case closed.
Meaning all of your work depends on what his priorities are. So it's not all fun and games. You do have
It's not all fun and games. I don't think any of this is fun and games, bro. What part are we considering fun and games, chat? Let me know in the comments.
a very scary boss, but your job isn't
Actually, flying around and shit, that would be fun and games. Flying around would be tough.
limited to just picking new vacation spots for yourself. Turns out, being a part of the most powerful legislative body in Viltrum is a lot of work. You also have judicial and disciplinary power, allowing you to punish Viltrumites who fail in their duties or break the law. Every
Damn.
so often, a Viltrumite gets attached to a planet they infiltrated, or a child begins to question the
Oh, dang, we finna do Nolan bad. Oh, yeah, duct tape, man. He easily beating this shit.
teachings of the Viltrum Empire. You've seen it happen. Defectors spend too much time on an
I don't want to smoke with duct tape, man, bro.
infiltrated planet and begin to develop feelings for the local populace or the mates they've chosen to breed with. Those individuals must be dealt with, and
Damn.
swiftly. Much of your job consists of hearings for criminals so that they can plead their case. I mean, you can't just have generals going around brutally murdering their subordinates in cold blood without fair trial, right? You're
Right.
supposed to be the most civilized society in the galaxy,
If only we knew what that ring was about.
after all. If the criminals aren't immediately executed,
If that ring does not say safe in civilization, I don't know what does.
you and the council send them to the Viltrumite prison ship, an untraceable facility built into
That thing looked like some shit I'd see in Futurama, bro. This, like, hold on. I can't even cut it off for y'all. But take away this whole half over here. This little shit right here looked like a robot from Futurama. I don't know who I'm thinking of.
a massive asteroid. There, prisoners are locked in high-tech facilities, so you can torture and gain information from them
Free my boy Alan Cousin, bro.
until their eventual execution.
Free Alejandro.
Being a member of the Viltrumite Council is a lot of court hearings and a lot of shuffling paperwork, but mostly it's a PR job as you work to convince everyone on the outside that your empire is stronger.
Unironically, Oliver and Nolan are cracking this. Tell me I'm wrong, bro. Thrag is taking this down without a moment's notice. Viltrumites are fried, bro.
Than ever before, and the best days are yet to come. What you don't say out loud, what nobody says out loud, is that the Empire is essentially just Thrag at this point. He's older than most civilizations, stronger than anything the Coalition has ever put in front of him. He has personally held the Empire together through a civil war and
Let's be honest, so, like, not to pause bro in his thing, but what he just said, to build on that, he dead had space racers shoot his, like, Viltrumite death machine at him that could wipe him out in a second, maybe, and nothing. Bro ain't even phased. He ain't even flinch. He ain't moved back. Nothing, bro. Just sat there. That shit was the wind.
near extinction event and a galactic insurgency through nothing but sheer force of will and the fact that nobody alive can physically stop him. Level 5.
Yep.
Grand Regent. As Grand Regent, a
Yeah.
position that has only ever been held by Thrag, you are the most powerful Viltrumite in the galaxy, meaning that you are the most powerful being in the galaxy, across every species, race, and planet. You've held this position for thousands of years, and in that time, no one has come close to taking it from you. Not through combat, not through politics, not through anything. The Grand Regent is the Empire. At this point, they're
Right.
functionally the same thing. You were bred for this role by a man who understood that the Empire would one day need someone who could hold it together through sheer, undiluted force of will. That man was right. You aren't exactly the emotional type, but on the inside, you are pretty pleased to be officially deemed the most powerful individual in the galaxy. Just don't let anyone see how much fun you have being in charge.
Yeah, that's the thing about Thrag is you can definitely tell that bro not only enjoys himself doing what he's doing, like you know good and well when Mark came and punched him on his forehead and he had his lineup have an impact frame, that's how I knew for sure and solidified the fact that Thrag is doing this shit for the love of the game, bro. He has his own little reasons and shit, but the biggest reason of all is for the love of the game.
Of the most powerful empire the universe has ever seen.
Yeah.
Viltrumites aren't big on feelings, and you have to lead by example. As Grand Regent, you're the head honcho, in charge of determining all of the moves of the Viltrumite Empire. You are leading your people in fulfilling the Viltrumite mission to make your empire the only existing empire in the entire universe. You also tell your subordinates that you're searching far and wide for Emperor Argor's true heir, so that they can take over from you. But to be honest, that's more of a secondary goal in your book. What you really
Right.
want is to spread the genetics of the Viltrumites far and wide throughout the galaxy, through the Empire's breeding initiatives. It's a massive challenge that's only had limited success, but you stay optimistic. This puts you in a rather awkward situation. You have been looking for the heir of Argol, but you just can't find one anywhere. Your underlings, including the council, are likely suspicious that you haven't found an heir on purpose, but they know better than to question your authority. At this
Right.
point, you're convinced that whoever the heir
Question me, bro? That's gonna be the last question you got. I can't lie, bro. If I'm Thrag, and this is my position, I've been here for this long, none of y'all weak-ass Viltrumites is finna take over. Nolan ass at this point in the story's not taking over. Mark ass at this point in the story not taking over. Nobody taking over like Thrag doing it, bro. This is the thing, is no matter if you don't like Thrag or the way he thinks or the way he operates, He was the number one candidate for this shit, and nobody could have done it better. If you think anybody could have, throw a fucking comment my way. I want to see, and I would be glad to argue my case. Cause holy, bro, nobody else
killed by the virus and is
not even just because of the strength, but bro ran that shit.
long dead, leaving no one who could take the.
I will say it was stupid as fuck. Sorry for a third pause in a row, but you know, I will say that it was dumb as fuck of him to leave us with like 50 Viltrumites. You know, we could have done like 500, 1,000. We got it, bro. Like, we got the point once you killed 50 to 90% of our population. We got the idea. You know, we got the memo, but you know, it is what it is. Everybody has their own decision-making skills.
Title from you. Your responsibilities are total. Military strategy, expansion policy, disciplinary oversight, the breeding program, the search for Argol's heir, all of it flows through you. The council summarizes. You decide. Your word is the last word on every question, in every room, in every corner of the empire. No one argues, no one pushes back. Not because they agree with you necessarily, but because they've seen what happens to people who don't. The Viltrumite Council reports directly to you now. No more planet reports or sitting behind a desk for you. Now, the council provides you with summaries of the best planets to take over, and you get to pick where to next. And you didn't even have to get your hands dirty by infiltrating the planets yourself. You just get to sit back and relax, perhaps on your many luxurious homes.
These glasses remind me of Pizza Guy's glasses from Uncle Grandpa.
Across conquered planets, while your underlings get rid of the undesirable locals and use their resources to build up more of the Viltrumite Empire. It's good to be king, huh? And yet, despite the fact that you have the entire galaxy sitting in the palm of your hand, you can't help but wish that you had the one thing that Emperor Argol had all those eons ago. You aren't the true heir to the throne, and deep down, your people know it. You begin to think that
I don't know that Thrag hitting this pose in the bathroom, gang. And I'm not gonna lie, it would have been funny as fuck if you would have just put one more line right here. Not even a big one, but just one little line right there to show the butt crack. That would be funny as shit, I can't lie.
unless you create an
small nitpick
empire bigger than his, you'll never truly earn their respect in the same way Emperor Argol did during the golden age of Viltrum. A time your people talk about frequently with a lot of nostalgia. Level 6, Emperor.
We made it, chat. We used to pray for times like this to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that to shine like this in a matter of time I spent on some locked up shit. My bad.
All of Viltrum's history, there has only ever been one emperor, Argol. Emperor Argol ruled Viltrum at its peak, a period so far removed from the present day that your people have started to mythologize it. The cities, the technology, the sense that the empire was building towards something, rather than just holding itself together. They call it the Golden Age, and depending on who you ask, Argol was either a wise and benevolent founder or a cold conqueror who simply happened to be good at it. Both things are probably true. The Viltrumites aren't exactly known for their nuance.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. I think it's a little bit more nuanced.
What's not disputed is this. Argol was followed, not because he was the strongest. Thrag would surpass him on that front, and everyone knows it. But because he understood something that strength alone can't manufacture. His people didn't just obey him, they believed in him. He gave the Viltrumites an identity beyond conquest, a sense that they were building something that would outlast all of them, an empire worthy of the species. Upon becoming the first emperor of Viltrum, he founded the Viltrum Empire. He ruled over the golden age of Viltrum when the Viltrumites began to construct cities across their own planet and throughout the galaxy. Perhaps calling it the golden age of Viltrum is pure nostalgia for a time where things seemed simpler, when there were no breeding programs and no scourge viruses. But nevertheless, Emperor Argol had the respect of his people and they obeyed his command.
I mean, shit, they were alive. I think that says enough.
Without question. Being the Emperor is a birthright. Your people believe that you have the best and strongest genes in the entire galaxy, and you are certainly not one to disagree with them on that front. Then, Theta stabbed him through the skull. His heirs were lost to history, and everything that followed was the long, grinding aftermath of that one moment. The great...
Hold on, though. So you're the heir to Argol. You're born. Argol's your dad. You know that he's your dad because when you turn 18, you have to fight Argol. And you mean to tell me that nobody knew who his heirs could have been? Plot hole or what, bro? Am I tweaking? Y'all let me know, bro. I really want feedback.
Purge, the Scourge virus, the infiltration program, the prison asteroid, 3 counselors in a room pretending that the Empire is fine. All of it traces back to a single assassination, carried out by a single Viltrumite, who decided, alone, without precedent, that what his people were doing was wrong. Argyl's skull sits in Thrag's throne room to this day, a reminder, Thrag says, of what happens when an empire loses its way. What he doesn't say is that the skull is also a reminder of everything he's been trying to replace ever since. And that's a Viltrumite career ladder. Brutal.
That skull's a hole in his chest, bruh.
Efficient, and apparently just one assassination away from completely falling apart at any given moment.
I have to give it up for my boy. I do not got a soundtrack right now, but y'all make sure to subscribe to Wallace, like his stuff up. That was an amazing video. I'm glad that I was able to record to that and have some time. But anyways, I appreciate y'all tapping in. That's gonna be Cine Sage, y'all.